We're back here on Sports Time Plus. I'm Jack Cognetta, being joined by two legends of high school football. If you haven't met them already, they're John Francola and Larry LaFriere of WCTV out in Washington Township. And guys, we're talking football, and if there's one game that I'm already at the edge of my seat, but if there's a game that I'm really going to be at the edge of my seat that I've been waiting all season for, it's St. Joe's and Wayne Hills. It's a game you sometimes can only dream about. Here's two teams that are going to lock horns. Wayne Hills has won 55 straight games, guys. St. Joe's, obviously a powerhouse here in New Jersey. They've won so many state championships. It's prediction time. Joe's or Wayne Hills? Larry, we'll start with you.
Well, that's going to be very difficult. Tony Carthage had a week to prepare. When you give Tony Carthage, and we know him very, very well, you give Tony Carthage a week to prepare, it's going to be very difficult for him to win, for him to lose. However, the quarterback for Wayne Hills, and I always go to the quarterback, you start your team with a quarterback. Mike Quinn, you can argue he's the best quarterback, but if he's not the best quarterback, because there are a number of other great quarterbacks, you could say he's the top three quarterbacks in Bergen County, if not New Jersey. They have that quarterback. I think Wayne Hills, 55 games in a row. Quinn is a quarterback. They got an outstanding front line that can match St. Joe's intensity and their gamemanship. I think it'll be a close game, but I think Wayne Hills wins the game 6 points.
6 points, the magic ball. There it is. John.
Well, I'm going to have to take it the other side.
There you go.
With St. Joe's and Tony Carthage. Now, Tony Carthage only played once against Chris Olson. When Chris Olson, 1982, was at Bergen Field, and Tony Carthage was at Bergen Catholic. That was a win. It was 35-0. He shut him out. And as Tony Carthage is saying, maybe he's mad at me and he wants to beat me and he wants me to beat me in this game. But what happened in this game, or a week ago when they played Wayne Valley, 30 players from the St. Joe's team were there. And knowing Tony Carthage, when he has a week to prepare for a team, and he has a lot of skilled players, he has a fantastic quarterback by Devin O'Connor, who can throw the ball. He has outstanding running backs as Hogan. You have Blair Wynn, number 27, who did a great job against DePaul. Kai Dominguez, a basketball player with great hand, and Kawan Williams. He has great skilled positions, and he plans a game. I see a game close. I see a game possibly in OT. And if St. Joe's is able to win the battles on the line, and that's a big if, because he was, the last couple of games he's been getting play, you may see a loss for Wayne Hills, which would stop the 55 or 56. I mean, I'd love to see him go and beat the Paulsbury 63, and that would be if he goes undefeated again. But this coach is phenomenal. This is, as Tony Carthage said, next to Don Bosco, Wayne Hills is the second best team in the state. We may even say in the country if you say that. It's a public school, so it's going to be close. I'm going to be tough. I'd like to say St. Joe's. I say overtime.
Overtime, St. Joe's.
Possibly.
I'm not sold.
John's a definite maybe.
Maybe. I'm a maybe.
Well, here's my prediction, guys. I'm going to go with the refs. It's too close. I'll just go with the referees and stick neutral. How about that?
Yeah, the referee or the field judge?
The referee.
The referee, okay.
It should be a great game, though. Wayne Hills taking on St. Joe's should be a blockbuster game. We're going to look forward to watching some highlights on WCTV as well as on Sports Time. Guys, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Larry LaFriere and John Francola of WCTV out in Washington Township. Guys, thanks so much for joining us.
Jack, it's always a pleasure. We look forward to doing this again. Maybe we can come back at the end of October and preview all the games that we're talking about now and how they broke and get ready for the final game and then the states that start the second week of November.
All right, so for all of us here at Sports Time Plus and Time Warner Cable, we want to thank you so much for joining us, and we want to remind you, you can watch this program anytime you want on demand, channel 1111. It's available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We also want to remind you that you can catch WCTV's next broadcast. Their game of the week coming up is going to be Bergen Catholic and Ridgewood, and that game will air. Check your local listings to find out where WCTV is in your area. For all of us at Time Warner Cable, Channel 10, and Sports Time, I'm Jack Cognetta. We'll see you next week.